What a game that was. The Pacers rallied from a 17-point halftime deficit to defeat the Cavs 92-90, led by Bojan Bogdanovic, dropping 30 points on 11 of 15 shooting, 7 of 9 from 3. I'm joined by Jack Cudahy for the recap of Game 3 between the Pacers and Cavs. Jack, I want to dive right in here. I want to say just how the Pacers absolutely stole this game away from the Cavs. Oladipo did not have his best game tonight. That's undeniable. 5 of 15 shooting from the field, 1 of 8 from 3, only 18 points. He did have 6 rebounds, 7 assists, had 5 turnovers. But, I mean, the Cavs had a 17-point lead at halftime. Oladipo was not hitting the shots, yet they still find a way to come back despite LeBron's, what do you have tonight, 28, and grab a massive, massive Game 3 home victory to go up 2-1. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that the Cavs actually came out with a really good game plan. What they were doing is, because Oladipo is Indiana's one real creator, right? He's the one who can really create a shot out of nothing. And every time they were running a pick and roll with Oladipo, they were trapping, which meant Oladipo couldn't create any space for himself. And in the first half, Indiana was struggling to deal with that, especially because Cleveland was doing a good job of when Oladipo passed out of the trap and they got the ball into the hands of the guy who was setting the screen, oftentimes Sabonis or Turner. Indiana wasn't taking advantage of the fact that they had a 4-on-3 situation. You know, it's like the classic Steph Curry to Draymond Green ping pong passing sequence where they just find open shots. Indiana wasn't doing that. However, and this is why in-game adjustments are so crucial, in the second half, Indiana clearly had figured it out. And Cleveland didn't have a plan B, which I was very confused by. In the playoffs, you need to be able to attack teams in different ways and keep them on their feet. Coaches are smarter, players are smarter, and Indiana, credit to them, figured out a way. And I don't remember the last time I saw a LeBron team lose a playoff game after being up by that much. Do you?
No, I honestly was trying to go. I was going to go look, but I didn't have time. I want to know how many times he's actually blown a second half double-digit lead. I can't imagine it's higher than 3 in his playoff career. No, I think you're exactly right. I think the thing about the playoffs is every team makes adjustments to start the game, and you can expect that's going to happen, but it's more impressive when the coaches are able to adjust during the game, which the Pacers seem like they really did really well tonight. And the Cavs, like you said, they didn't. The Cavs were up 17.5. I think people might get a little lost by that tonight just because of Bojan Bogdanovic, which we'll get to in a minute. They were up 17 at halftime against the Pacers team. And this was a not must-win game, but pretty close to a must-win game. Now Game 4 is going to be a must-win for them, but it's just crazy to me how Kevin Love led the scorers at halftime with 16. He didn't score again in the entire game until 7 seconds to go in the fourth quarter when, I mean, he hit that fadeaway in the corner there. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, this is the thing about Cleveland that we keep talking over and over again, the supporting cast. And at the beginning of the game, LeBron got his supporting cast going. George Hill had a quick 9 points. And like I just said, Kevin Love had 16 and a half. And LeBron was distributing really well, and I thought their first half game plan was exceptionally well. And then the second half came around, the Pacers closed the gap a little bit, and next thing you know, they go back to the old Cleveland Cavaliers of last game, or of Game 1, and it's Game 1 and Game 2, really, where it's the LeBron show. And he ended up taking how many shots tonight? He ended up taking 22. He was 10 of 22 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, which is exceptional for LeBron James. I think the next highest guy on the team shot 13 shots. I'm pretty sure 13 shots from Kevin Love. It's just,
I think you're right.
It's inexcusable that their in-game matchup, Ty Lue's in-game matchup, was to go back to what didn't work in Game 1. It did work. It didn't even work in Game 2, really. I mean, he had to put up 46 for them to win that game. I mean, it's not like they went out and won that game in Game 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the starting lineup, the Cavs, I will give them credit a little bit here because they did start off the game really, really well. They came out with a lineup of, I think it was Hill, Korver, Smith, LeBron, Love, which is just defensive.
To start the game?
Yeah, to start the game. That was their starting lineup, which I thought when I saw that this team is going to bleed points. There is no good defender outside of really LeBron, and I wouldn't even say Hill at this point.
To give J.R. Smith credit, he did play. When he was guarding Oladipo, he played really well on him. To give him credit tonight.
He did. And I thought in some ways, like, we can analyze this as much as we want, but the Cavs in the second half, how many points did they score? Only 33. Yeah,
What do
33.
they have? Yeah.
33. I mean, when you're putting out all offense lineups like they are, that just can't happen. I mean, they should have been able to close that game out. And even the one thing that they did struggle with offensively, they often paired Larry Nance with Jeff Green, who, by the way, has been awful in this series. Jeff Green is just a problematic. He can't hit any shots, and Indiana doesn't even care about him when they're defending. But they just. I'm really interested to see how Cleveland reacts come game 4, because they need to find a balance wherein they just need consistency. They need consistent play. Kyle Korver, I applauded him after game 2. He played really well. He was, in my opinion, their second best player. I don't think he made a shot today. Did he make a shot? I don't think
Kyle
so. Let me
Korver?
check the box.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think he did. I know they said in the broadcast in the third quarter that he hadn't hit a shot yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at the team stats right now, Jack, and people are saying like Cleveland's a way better team here, but I'm not convinced. I mean, they both shot the ball pretty similarly tonight. 44% for Cleveland, 46 for Indiana from 3-point line. Cleveland was 31, Indiana was 30. 12 of 16 from the line for Cleveland, 16 of 20 for the Pacers. Pacers out rebounded Cleveland by only 1. Assists were even. Steals were Cavs by 3. Blocks were the same. Turnovers, Indiana actually had 3 more. And I believe 7 of those came in the first half of their 17. Or they had 20 turnovers, sorry, and 7 came in the first half. Points in the paint were 42 of 40 Indiana, and the personal fouls were 23-20. I mean, this game is so evenly matched up that we're saying that LeBron and Cleveland, they're gonna become Cleveland again, and they're gonna bounce back. I'm not sure about that, because right now, unless they're playing better than Indiana, which stats show they're not, it's not looking too good for them.
Yeah. Indiana made, again, this is one of the reasons that I love them so much. They make these small in-game adjustments that are so crucial, and it's the little things that add up that lead them to wins in tight games like this. In the fourth quarter, because they had been trapping Oladipo all game, the Cavs, basically what Indiana did was they didn't bring the screener. They would have Oladipo attack one-on-one, and Oladipo can absolutely cook anyone that's guarding him one-on-one on the Cavs right now, including LeBron. He's faster than anyone else on the court. Mm-hmm. And if he gets by that initial guy, that means help defense has to come from somewhere, and that means someone's open, and Oladipo's gotten better and better and better this year at finding those open guys and attacking the rim. And Cleveland doesn't have an answer. I think their answer is to outscore them, which they should be able to do. Oladipo should not be able to single-handedly take these guys down. So far, it's been working.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. When Kevin Love comes out and brings that double on Oladipo, like you were saying, then George Hill all of a sudden has to play some help defense. He gets off of Collison sometimes, and sometimes Bogdanovic, whoever he's guarding at the time. He shifts over to the free throw line, and then they've got a 2-man game on the wing and the corner where it's a 2v1, and then they just find the open man to take the open 3. So, yeah, you're exactly right. I don't know if doubling Oladipo is the right move here, because even when Kevin Love shows the quick ice double, it's not like a hard double trap. It's like a more of a help, wait for George Hill or LeBron, whoever's guarding Oladipo, to get back, like get his step there, and then he retreats back to his man. But Oladipo's so quick that by the time that the LeBron or the George Hill or whoever is guarding Oladipo gets caught up in a way, caught up as in not 3 feet behind, only like 1 or 2 feet behind, he's already at the rim, and Kevin Love can't stop him. He's not quick enough to stop him. So that double is almost always ineffective. Every once in a while, they get him like in the turnover, get him to pass the ball. But when he does pass the ball moves really well around the Indiana. They find the open guy in the corner. Tonight it happened to be Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic had 30 points tonight, 11 of 15 shooting, 7 of 9 from 3-point land. And most of the damage did come in the second half for him. How good was he tonight, Jack?
I mean, incredible. I was not expecting him to do anything close to this when he signed with them in the offseason. I mean, this guy was known when he was in Washington last year, when he was on the Nets, as the sharpshooter who couldn't do anything else. And while he did hit his shots tonight, which he's done very well all year, 40% three-point shooter, he's also being asked to guard LeBron James. Like that's impressive to me. The Pacers really don't have an answer for LeBron, and he's been doing the dirty work on that end, and also providing spot-up points for a Pacers team that really needs that to survive in the series. Darren Collison, I think, led the league in 3-point percentage this year, weirdly enough. And Bogdanovic, those two, like when Oladipo can attack the rim and defenses have to collapse to contain him, and he can kick it out to all the shooters. Even Miles Turner can shoot a little bit. Indiana can be tough. They can be tougher than they look. And Bogdanovic maximized his opportunities tonight. I was so impressed with how he played, particularly in the fourth quarter. Especially in a high-stakes situation. How many times has he been in those situations before, do you think?
I mean, I wouldn't say a fair amount, but last year I believe he was on Washington during the playoffs. So, I mean, he's been there. It's not like it's his first time there.
No, I agree. But what I mean more so is that he was a sixth man on that team. He's not in their closing crunch time lineups. In this situation, he's playing in the game's tensest moments.
Yeah.
Across from the best wing
I agree.
In the league. Like, he stepped up massively tonight, and the Pacers needed it because I think he scored almost a third of their points.
Yeah.
1/3.
He scored exactly 1/3 of the points, yes. And just like you were saying, his defense on LeBron, great. LeBron had 28 points, like I mentioned, 10 of 22 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. But here's the thing that I'm really most impressed with. He only got to the line for 6 free throws. Maybe not 6 times. He got there 3 times, maybe 4 times. I don't remember exactly what it was. But he only shot 6 free throws in this game. LeBron James is known for his driving ability. And for them to have him take 7 of his 22 shots from the three-point land, yes, he hit 4 of them, but that's what they want. And I think Bojan Bogdanovic has a lot to do with that. He played great defense tonight, and only 6 times to the line, or 6 free throws for LeBron James. I'd take that any day.
Mm-hmm. Again, very impressed with the entire Indiana staff, the players. Maybe not Sabonis. I think Sabonis had a questionable game. He was kind of
he's a little inexperienced, I'd say.
He's also just too slow to handle Cleveland.
I agree.
They put Love at center, and then they spread it out the floor for LeBron. He can't do anything about that, and Indiana adjusted. And Sabonis is a good player. He'll bounce back.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment right down below on our YouTube channel. We're just kind of starting out now, so we would love the attention if you guys could give it to us. We'll interact with you. Follow us on Twitter at Beyond Debatable. We're finally getting that up. We're starting to tweet out. We'll respond to your tweets. We did tonight during the Indiana and Cavs game. And we'll probably get a Bucks Celtics one up tonight. Maybe we'll even touch on Washington Toronto tonight. I didn't get to see much of that game, but I'll tune into the fourth quarter here. But that's going to do it for us. He, on the other side of the camera, is Jack the Stat Man Cudahy, and I'm Michael Rachel, and you've been listening to Beyond Debatable.